Alright everyone, welcome back. Today, we're going to talk about something incredibly sneaky and fascinating. How do viruses actually infect our cells? We've already discussed that viruses aren't quite alive on their own and that they can't be treated with antibiotics. So, how do these tiny packages of genetic material manage to cause so much trouble? Let's dive into their clever, albeit unwelcome, invasion strategy. Imagine your body's cells are like little houses, each with its own specific locks on the doors. A virus, then, is like a microscopic, highly specialized burglar who doesn't carry any tools to break in but has a very specific key that only fits certain locks. The first step in a viral infection is called attachment. The virus has special proteins on its outer coat that act like those unique keys. It floats around until it bumps into a cell that has the matching lock, a specific protein on the cell's surface called a receptor. Think of it as a very precise handshake. If the key fits the lock, the virus can attach. This is why certain viruses only infect certain types of cells. For example, the cold virus might only attach to cells in your respiratory tract, while a liver virus would target liver cells. Once attached, the virus needs to get inside. This is the entry phase. Different viruses have different ways of doing this. Some viruses might simply fuse with the cell's outer membrane, essentially melting their way in. Others might trick the cell into swallowing them in a little bubble, almost like the cell is taking in a nutrient. Once inside, the virus sheds its outer coat, releasing its precious genetic material, its DNA or RNA. This is the viral instruction manual, the blueprint for making more viruses. Now, here's the truly devious part: replication. The virus doesn't have its own machinery to make copies of itself. Instead, it takes over your cell's own machinery. It forces your cell to stop doing its normal job and, instead, start reading the viral instruction manual. Your cell becomes a little virus factory, producing all the necessary parts for new viruses, the genetic material, the protein coats, everything. It's like the burglar not only gets into your house but then forces you to start assembling more burglars. Finally, comes assembly and release. All the newly made viral parts come together, assembling into brand new, fully formed viruses. Once enough new viruses are made, they need to get out to infect more cells. Some viruses burst the cell open, destroying it in the process. Others might bud off from the cell surface, taking a bit of your cell's membrane with them as a new outer coat, leaving the cell still alive but weakened. These newly released viruses then float off to find and infect more healthy cells, continuing the cycle and making you feel sicker. So, while they are incredibly simple, viruses are master infiltrators and hijackers, relying entirely on our own cells to complete their life cycle. It's a tiny, microscopic battle playing out inside us, and understanding their tactics helps us develop ways to fight back. Pretty wild, right?